Legate Fan K24, showing you guys my finished product. This is a complete 850 Sportsman to Highlifter conversion. Everything from the A-arms arched to the radiator relocate with the bezel on the dash. I did keep the original cover because it has a wider selection for me to put my switches on, because I have a switch here for my stereo and Bluetooth and here for my fan override. But yeah, it's complete. Got the big gun exhaust on here with the power commander. I went with cryptids instead of outlaws. I had a set of outlaws and two of them ended up being bad, and I ran up on a good deal on these cryptids. Plus, I like to do a lot of trail riding too, so it's the best of both worlds for me at least. I did do some custom, I guess, painting on the cover. Just wanted to be different, so of course I taped it off and I painted the sides and the center. I also added a hood scoop there, just something for flair, something that you don't see and something that nobody else really has. It's something I did different. But yeah, I also did the factory snorkel. So there was a little fabrication on that where I had to cut out here. I actually cut a little bit extra so that I could spray mud out. Mud always gets caught in there if anybody does any mudding, you know. I also had to change out this front nose up here so that the radiator mount and everything could be mounted correctly. It still matched up perfectly for my bumper that I also painted and have on here. And yeah, that was pretty much it. Yeah, I think I spent probably about $1,100 total on everything to switch it over. What I didn't want on a regular Highlifter is I didn't want the gear reduction. I wanted high gear so I can get on and hit some trails and straightaways without having that gear reduction. These are Bison bumpers that I have on here. I get asked often what kind of bumpers they are. I just wanted something different. I wanted a little space between there because I know people like to bump people and they'd rather mess up the back of their bikes and things like that. So I just wanted a little bit more space. I'll do a video on these light bars at some point that I added on there. Wanted something a little different, not just a straight flat light bar like most people are doing. I did throw a Badlands 2,500 pound winch on there that works really well. It has a remote. People can say what they want to say, but this thing has got me out of a lot with that remote and not having necessarily anybody else to help. And I just mounted the Badlands switch up here. As I said before, this here is my Bluetooth for my stereo, and it doesn't have any parasitic draw. I know someone has mentioned that about the way they ran theirs before. And this is my fan override. A little water in there, but I got the fan override just to keep when I'm riding through slow trails or mud. It still comes on when it's supposed to come on, but that little $40 piece, it comes in handy because I can keep it on manually and override it for when I'm in slow and thick stuff. So anyway, you guys have any questions, shoot me a message or a comment. I'll answer what I can, but it wasn't that hard. If you guys didn't want to go all out and do the snorkel like I did it, I went with an actual pull-off factory snorkel from a Highlifter. I mean, there's other things that you can do where you wouldn't have to do a lot of cutting like I did, but it wasn't that hard to do. The radiator relocate was probably the toughest because I had to take that front nose off and take all the plastics off the front of it. I had to do a little bit of a cutting, as you can see, a little bit of trimming there to make everything go. But and I'll do a video too on these Boss speakers, which sound pretty good. And I mounted them differently. Normally they would go up here, but I'm a little different. I want my stuff to look a little different. So anyway, like, subscribe, comment. Good luck. Peace out.